a bit of it. Okay, that is powerful. But then the other question maybe I would want to have, or the other conversation I would want us to explore, is that these are the things that you are seeing that you think about them and you feel like they are not achievable. Are they somewhere on a paper or they are somewhere in your imagination? Like when you are sleeping at night, that's when you are thinking about them, and you think at them from a very wide perspective, and they add at that. Are they written down or they are there somewhere in your mind? That's a conversation we want to have. Yeah. Omwange, what is your experience with this conversation of the money goals? And sorry for ambushing you. I promise to ambush people. Are you with us? Martin Omwange, are you able to unmute yourself and tell us your experience? Okay. Sunday Kapesi, please unmute yourself and sorry for abusing you and talk to us. What is your experience? Or where are you with this conversation?
Thank you very much for the opportunity. Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, Sunday.
Oh, wonderful.
We can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, my response will be as follows. So I'm 42 years old. I don't think I've had the best experience with money, with regards to planning, savings, and this is I've come to understand. I got my diagnosis as somebody who has ADHD, attention deficit hyper disorder. I got that diagnosis 3 years ago in rehab. Now, that diagnosis changed my relationship with money and my mental health and my sobriety, in the sense that I got to understand now the impulsivity, the emotional dysregulation, and things of that nature. So, to your question, my relationship with money has now improved because a lot of counseling has taken place, practice a lot of CBT, and to be able to channel that impulsivity in the right way. So prior to this, actually incredible. I made it as far as I did. Have 3 kids, but it was very chaotic. Not understanding. So my contribution is, in an ideal world, everybody uses these skills, which are very important, and sessions like this are very, very important. But I'm always thinking of neurodivergent people. I never knew I had ADHD. I was never diagnosed. So I think maybe there are a lot of people out there, just like me, who are struggling. And that's basically because of, mental health and issues of that nature. So I'm a big proponent of people undertaking counseling and personality tests and psychometric tests, because anything that can give you better understanding of yourself, your mind, I think is a good thing. So right now, I'm quite disciplined when it comes to saving. I don't have a job. I'm unemployed. I'm back to school. So I'm living minimally but comfortably and debt-free. So I'm happy with the gains I'm making better decisions, learning a lot. That's why I even joined this session. I appreciate Salima for the invitation. So yes, I think now that I know my mental health better, I am better with money, which begs the question, for those who are not better with money, I think we should always explore deeper. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That is very, very powerful. Thank you for being vulnerable. You are sounding, from the retro that you have said, I can hear a lot of self-awareness. Somebody who is self-aware about their mental state, their health, their financial state, and their brain state. I'm glad you say that you've gone back to school, I believe, to pursue a career. Very, very strong, very, very powerful. I think that should appear in your goals, that in the next 1 or 2 years, I must finish that career. And that way you move up the ladder from the 3% to, or from the 10% up goes, but don't then write them down. I hope you're not in the 10. I hope you're in the 3% of people who write them down, and those people tend to achieve, because you bring the invisible to the visible. When you say that you're good with your money, that also uplifts my heart, because it does not mean, when you say you're good with your money, does not mean that you are able to like you are living like you have everything that you need in the world. It means that that little that you have, you're able to turn it in the right way. You're able to live it. So thank you, Sandy, for that feedback. And as we are doing that, I hope you're evaluating yourself as a person. We see this is a very, very personal conversation. Where are you? Are you in the 87%? Who are just there with no goals, not clearly written down? That's why they are not able to pay themselves fast, because they have nothing to work towards, or it is just abstract, you know. I want you to move from the 87% to the 3%. We want to increase these percentages. And I can tell you, when you have goals, even saving becomes sustainable. That little money starts making sense. Yeah. It is not more money we need. Of course, we can do with a little bit more. And you say that it's not different from small money, based on how you relate with it. Okay. Anyway, we were coming from the seed principle, from the paying yourself first concept, but paying yourself may look so elusive for many of us. Yeah. Why? Because we don't have that personal finance self-awareness. We are not aware. That's why I like Sunday's conversation. He talks about himself, you know. I like that, Sunday, for sure. That's awareness. The foundation of change is in self-awareness. So today we are talking about, are you self-aware around your money? What drives your behavior and attitude towards money? Yeah? Or the lack of it. So many people are not self-aware, and I want you to think self-awareness encompasses different things, but the major most area of self-awareness for you with your personal finances is thinking about your money personality. I don't know how many of us have done a money personality test. And this money personality, how you relate with your money, with that little money, with that salary of yours, with that business income, with that windfall gain that you get, how do you relate with it? What is your money personality? What does money mean to you? Okay, and you have got 5 distinct money personality types, and there's nothing you did or you did not do to have the money personality that you have. Your money personality is as a result of your socialization. And I don't know how many of us here have done a money personality test, but we have got 5 distinct money personality types. We've got the holder, the spender, the avoider, the calculated bagger, the runner. I know online they'll call them different. But us as financial advisors, we have categorized them into these 5, at least to give you, a more closer, bring it closer home. Yeah. And it's a result of your socialization. How are you brought up? Your money personality is as a result of your socialization. What are the conversations that happened around money when you, where and when you grew up? Many of us, especially those who are in the other generation, not the one we may have right now, whenever we asked for money, we were told hakuna pesa. That was the conversation at home. And a child is like a blank page. You tell the child hakuna pesa, the child will grow up knowing hakuna pesa. Even when they are adults, that voice will be in their subconscious, hakuna pesa. I don't know what you're telling your children, those of us who are parents, about money. Ama you are continuing to pass on this trauma. I know many people would want to have sessions because of the trauma we have around money. And it's a very, very important conversation. Yeah. But we have 5 distinct money personality types, and we've got the holder who are not inclined to take risks. These are the people who keep their savings safe in the bank. They are the biggest customers of the fixed deposit account, and I've got nothing against banks. You know, they want to look at their account and they are seeing their balances all the time. The holder, even when they can afford, they are not able to invest because they will just want to hold and hold and hold. So they end up not growing around personal finances, and they are not aware. They are thinking, I'm not as lucky and so and so. Yet that so and so is not that they are lucky, but they have got the spender money personality who do not fear risks, who do not fear spending. When they are buying an outfit, they don't even look at the price tag. Ataenda kujulia kwa cashier, this outfit was costing so much money. Yeah, because they don't mind. But for the holder, who look at the price tag or even bargain and negotiate, or or even end up not buying that outfit. But the spender, they have bought two of them. Okay, the avoider who have got trouble dealing with finances. Maybe where they grew up, money was not a pleasant subject. So, and it may have caused a lot of trouble. So as a child, they shied away from it. They avoid the money conversation. Let me tell you, you are married or you marry an avoider. Oh, you do all the financial work, you do all the budgeting, you do all the investments, you do all the buying of clothes. They are comfortable when they go and make money. They bring to you, or you bring to your spouse or you whoever to manage that for you. Because that conversation is too much. They avoid us, and I think many Kenyans, we avoid us. We file our taxes the last minute, the last day of June. The internet is almost at a standstill because that is when we are looking at our tax returns. Our bank statements, when they are sent to us, thank God nowadays they are sent through email. Kitabo, they used to be sent from the post. And I can tell you those envelopes were never opened. Even many of us, many of the avoiders, today those emails, they remain unopened in their inboxes because it's too much trouble for them. I mean, so whenever they want to invest for an avoider, do they even want to invest in the first place? Whenever I meet an avoider, and there are some of the investment options that we take, they're asking, where can I sign? I want to sign very, very fast. You will take care of the details. They cannot read through. Too much trouble. Okay? The calculated bagger who take they're almost obsessive about their spending and investment. They'll track every penny. And I say there's no winner here. There's no better or worse. It is up to you to become personally financial aware. And the Lalang do not know what to think. They follow the Joneses a lot. They are the people whose adverts are made for because they'll be swayed by adverts, and they'll do what everybody else is doing. When they hear that we are doing quails, the Lalang is there doing quails. I've realized, especially in Kenya, I don't know about Uganda and Tanzania, but in Kenya, I've realized we have got so many Lalangs. That's when a small scandal happens, or we all fall victim because of the Lalang money personality. The Lalang is that person who is neither here nor there in their money personality. They just look at what everybody else is doing, and they do that. And I can tell you, many of us, even in this forum, and I would want you to do a money personality. That money personality test is available online. Ask yourself, what money personality are you? And what is it that you can start doing or stop doing so that your money personality is not what is messing your game around money? I just wish I could ask how many we have done, but I would want to rush through this so that we can answer questions and we have enough time to engage. So the money personality is one of the personal finance self-awareness. When you have got the spender money personality, you may find yourself, for example, or the calculated bagger, you are not paying yourself, you or whoever, any money personality, you may just find yourself working for other people, especially when you don't have structure for your personal finances. Think also about the health need that money meets in your life. And I know we have psychologists here, they can confirm that we have got 6 basic human universal needs that drive every human behavior. And based on how we value them, and in the order in which we prioritize them, these 6 needs determine how we relate with money. So today we are looking at the 6 needs in relation to our relationship with money. The need for certainty, and the 6 needs are safety, certainty, significance, variety, love and connection, growth, and contribution. Yeah. So for some of us, when there's money or when we have money, we feel safe. We feel secure. Money means safety. Money means security. You know you're in control. You know there is order. You know you can pay your bills. You know you can have a roof over your head. And that way you feel safe. You feel secure. For many of us, money is safety. And I'm saying this so that we can differentiate issues. We put money where it is supposed to be, and our safety, we separate those two issues. For others, money is significant. Like when you have money, you feel relevant, you feel wanted, needed, you feel valued. At home, when there is money, even the food has enough salt. But when there is no money, that food has got too much salt. And it's not the salt, or the voice is not coming out. It is because we have not been able to separate issues. Let us not find our significance in money. Yeah. Let us find our significance in what God says about us. What does God say about you? So that it is not the money or the lack of it that is contributing to your significance. If you're able to separate issues, we're able to relate with money better. Yeah. Variety is the need for uncertainty, diversity, change, challenge, supplies adventure. That's why we have, I'm sure we have different hairstyles, you have different outfits, you go to different places, you want to take a holiday, occasionally you want to travel, you're just looking for that, change, the challenge. You want to move out of the familiar to the unfamiliar. And for many, money is variety. And in search of variety, many people have gotten into unnecessary debts that are not even important, that are not even necessary. Yeah, but we have not been able to separate issues to know that we can find variety, or we can find that challenge, that change, that surprise, that adventure in ways that money cannot buy. Okay. Some, when they have money, they love better, they connect better, they are more intimate. We share love better when we have money. When we don't have, we are fighting, especially at home, and it has caused a lot of problems. Yeah. But just because we are not able to separate issues, can we separate intimacy with money? Can we separate love and connection with money? Can we put everything where it's supposed to be? We don't have to equate love and money. Those are two things that cannot be equated. So it's good for you to look at this three. And I think I would want to ambush a few more people again to tell us what are the three most important needs that money meets in your life. Can we have maybe a volunteer to tell us, based on those the other six, safety, certainty, significance, variety, love, connection, growth, and contribution, 6, giving beyond yourself. Out of those, which are the three most important needs that money meets in your life? I want to talk to a volunteer now. I don't want to ambush. Oh, please allow me to ambush Quinta. Quinta Faith, what do you think?
Can I just try?
Yeah, please go ahead.
I'm Ignatius Nyukuri farmer from Bungoma. Money is important when you invest in long-term investment.
Where does long-term investment fall? Is it for your safety? Is it for your significance? Are you able to separate them, 6 needs and the investment?
Okay, that in a long-term investment, sometimes it will take long to generate income, but for sustainability, it is a good for you to have that long-term investment. It will take time to generate income, but when it starts to generate income, it can sustain yourself and also the family.
Okay. So out of the 6, which are the 3 most important for you when it comes to money, out of the 6 needs? and in what order, maybe? Quinta, can I come back to you? Thank you, Ignatius, for your sharing. Just one more person. Quinta, are you able to speak to us?
Can I
Yes,
share?
please. Yes, please go ahead.
Thank you. For me, the most important is, what is important to me is food, fees for the children, and farming.
Food, fees for the children, and the third one is?
Farming.
So, thank you. Food, fees, farming. Tell us. Let me ask, interrogate a bit deeper. When you are family or you have food in the house, how does that make you feel?
I beg your pardon, how does it do what?
How does that, when you know there is food in the house, how does that make you feel?
Well, it gives me some, it gives me comfort, but it's also just functional, really, it's really functional. But more importantly for me, I think it's also the farming. The farming is quite special to me, because the farming will support the food and the fees.
All right.
Yes, please.
Thank you. And you use the word comfort. I would want you to imagine, what if maybe there, and I pray that will not happen. What if something happens and maybe that farming has been affected? I don't know whether you have experienced that in the past, because of maybe of climatic conditions. So the farming is not able to, does not move, or it is affected, and maybe the food is threatened. How again does that make you feel?
You use the right word. I feel very threatened. One time, I do bee farming, and I'm trying to nurture lavender flowers for perfume and oils at home, because it occurs naturally, actually, the lavender at my place. So the bees, one time, winds came, kabisa, very high speed winds came and blew off the top of one of the hive, and then it rained. Wololo, kuisha sisi. Yeah, so of course it really affected, and that time I was just also starting it. So the input vis-a-vis the output was really affected. Now for food, we just had to make do with not with less, but with less quality, less protein, perhaps less tam and more functional. Yes, please.
Thank you for that. You must have felt out of control. And you have said insecure. You must have felt insecure. And it is
absolutely
understood.
Absolutely. But because you now the wind has come. Now how do you control the winds? Now it has happened. Now what next? Now do you go back again into your pocket and fill it again? Totally out of control. Totally out of control. Totally out of control. That is what the key word, actually. Less control. Less control.
Thank you for sharing with us. And I understand. You still talking, or can we move on?
No, I was just asking if I can share.
Yes, please. As the last person, then we can continue.
Okay. For me, it would be safety, which certainty. I feel unsafe when my pockets are empty. I also feel the next one will be, you say top 3, growth. So yeah, and then I think the third one would be variety. So I like adventure, I like different things, but most importantly for me is a safety and security. When you don't know where your next meal is coming from, my pressure goes up. So with money, I feel secure. I feel I'm okay. But that's the feeling. Those are my top 3.
Wow, that's a very balanced feedback, and thanks for that. You have put it so well. that when you have money, the first one, you feel safe, secure. You can have a roof over your head. And it cuts across, especially for us ladies. It does not have to be, but it is generally believed that for us ladies, either because we are naturals, safety is very, very key for us as a need, as a human, basic, universal need, you know? And that's why you hear people saying some people are gold diggers. I'm sure you have heard that statement, huko kwa mtaa. And it is not that no woman is digging gold. No, there's no gold diggers. We're just trying to feel safe, feel secure. But I hope, I wish, as much as, of course, money helps us meet that, I wish we are able to separate issues. Yeah. Can my safety come from, what God says about me, following what the Bible instructs me to do, rather than equating money to safety. We have got people who do not have so much money, and they have got, they seem to, and they're still living. I mean, I'm not advocating for lack. I'm not advocating for that mentality, that lack mentality. No, we all want to live in abundance. But I just wish we were able to separate issues so that our safety does not only come from money. That way we are going to relate better with money. But I hear you maybe in the same WhatsApp group with you. Growth, you can maybe access that other degree, and it will not come for free. You have to pay school fees and the like. They're never ending journey towards the light. That is growth. And you require money to do that other degree. Okay. And it will maybe help you, that diploma, get that course, start that business, and it may mean your growth around personal finances. Variety, adventure, which is very, very important. We always function better when we pursue adventure. That's why we always advocate. Can we even plan for a holiday? Can we plan for a birthday party? Can we plan for, we feel better when we pursue that adventure, but can we do it on a budget? Can we even separate issues? Are there ways that we can pursue adventure without breaking our bank, without sinking into unnecessary debt? That's the point of bringing across. So the basic human universal needs. The other self-awareness is for those of us who are in marriage.
Elizabeth, before maybe we
Yes,
go
please.
there, there were some others who had written on the chat, if I may.
Okay.
We had, let me start from the top. It was Fatuma, food, shelter, clothing, so safely, so basic needs. Jacqueline has spoken into it, food, fees, farming. Then we have Martin Omwange, who said food, shelter, and investment. Then we have Barbara Boyani, he said food, significance, fees. Then Fatuma clarified and said she meant safety, growth, and contribution are her three top ones. Then we have someone under the name Samsung. So we have, I think, Monica, food, shelter, school fees, emergency money, e.g. for medical. Then lastly, we have Salim or Changa. Without money, I usually feel unsafe, continuous headaches, and when I have, I'm very generous. So those are some of them from the chat box.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for bringing that across, either because I'm sharing my chat box is limited. And I like that person who says that when they are very generous. I've got nothing against generosity. Generosity is good, but maybe the highest need. But just by saying that word, generous, what you could be telling yourself is that contribution is a big need that money meets in your life. Like when you have that money, you're able to, to give beyond yourself, to be kind to others, to meet needs in the society of people who could be in need, to alleviate suffering. Very, 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 very important. Let us always remember that everything requires a balance. And I'm not against that generosity. I'm not against safety, security. What I am advocating, and I'm also a civic actor in this space, I'm advocating for us to be self-aware, to be able to separate issues. Yeah, so that our relationship with money becomes wholesome, you know, by being able to separate issues, not equating things that money cannot buy. Your significance, like when you have money, you're able to, you know, the voice comes out. You are well nourished. Your self-esteem is up. But when you are broke, everything changes. I mean, it's because we have not been able to separate issues. Let us deal with money from a point of awareness and put money where it's supposed to be, and these other things where they're supposed to be. And we have witnessed so many issues, problems, and not very positive outcomes out of our wanting relationship with money, especially because it is not a subject that we have had. So that's why I'm bringing this conversation across. And thank you for those who have given feedback in the chats. I'm not able to see the chats at this point because I'm sharing. So let me bring, as we are almost coming to a close, I thought for that we could go to the Q&A, 5:30. For those of us who are married, is it your money or our money? And the good book tells us the two shall become better, shall become one. Money included, but we are able to marry everything else except our money. And we are always better to get together. Even the day I come to talk about budgeting, we are always better together. I wish we are able to have that conversation. And if we are able to talk about money as a couple or as a family, there are so many other issues we'll be able to talk about. We have a stronger marriage and a stronger society. But if we are not able to talk about money, it becomes so many other issues we are not able to talk about. And that's how we do even the couples program, so that the money conversation moves away now from the bedroom to the sitting room, so that the money coach can come in and become the third person. And we can do something out of it. So these things are crucial for your personal finance growth. I'm just summarizing. Consider the seed principle. Do not eat your seeds and your bread. Please, it is wrong. Even God does not want that. Don't eat your seed and your bread. That because it is not enough, you eat the seed and the bread. So in the next season, you not have any harvest. Yeah, and the rule of sowing and planting, they are cast on stone. When you sow, you are going to reap. So there's no much money, there's no little money. We need to start putting structures and order in our personal finances. Hiyo pesa kidogo can mean a lot, depending with what you do with it. Let us develop personal finance self-awareness. I urge every one of us to go and do money personality test, interrogate that conversation of the 6 basic human universal needs. Just interrogate your relationship with money. And let us separate issues. Don't attach your self-esteem to money. Marry your money. For those of us who are married, when I say that, I don't mean you have a joint account. It does not have to be. If it works for you, fine. If not, you don't have to have a joint account for the monies to be married. Okay? Maybe that's a conversation for another day. Our time is over. I may not go deeper there, but it's a full conversation. I would need a few sessions to talk about just that the two shall become one. Monetize what you do. Where is your money hiding? Please look for your money. Are you being paid for what you are doing? Are you doing a career? Or are you doing business? When you're doing the civic work, is it a career? Is it a business? It must be among them. We said even if you have got the nicest voice and the nicest songs to sing, until the day you compose those songs and you sell to us, that is the only day you are going to get value from us. So in case you are not monetizing what you do in a structured way, either in a business or in a career, and many of us have had to go back to school to do what we are doing, to have this career that we have. So it may require you to pay some cost for you to be able to monetize, but it is possible. And I showed one of the books that I have done, and it comes with one of the programs, entrepreneurship development, who feel like, for those who feel like they have been caught in the marketplace, yeah, to do your civic work from a point of being able to monetize it, not for just for the purpose of it. Appreciate the strategy of the buffalo. This is something I did not talk about. You can invite us. We are going to talk about it in the future sessions. Today we were just creating a background, a groundwork. Many of us have not been to a money class. This is the first class. Employ your money to work for you. Money is a faithful servant. It's only bad when it is a master. But if you command it well, it will do a good job for you. Practice personal budgeting and appreciate the strategy of the lino. That do not dig a hole to cover another hole. I wish I could talk about that. It's a full conversation. But as we go, as I close this session, and I think I've taken too much time than I had anticipated. Let us, this is one of the things we run with the kids, with the children. Let us, again, separate issues. The best things in life, and it's our parting shot, the best things in life are actually free. They don't cost any money. Many people have carried unnecessary stress because they are looking for the best things in life. Many people have sunk into unnecessary debt. Many families have suffered long consequences, not because, in pursuit of money. Yet, the best things in life, they don't cost a penny, so that you can get into that bed. So long as you can get into that bed and sleep soundly until tomorrow, you need an alarm, wake you up to go to work or to go and do what you need to do. Just be sure that you have got one of the best things in life. Don't take it for granted. Don't sink into unnecessary debt. And I'm not saying loans are bad. I wish you can talk about loans sometime. It can be a catalyst for good, depending with how you use those loans and how much structures and order you put in your money. Okay? Don't get into unnecessary ones, trying to pursue the best things in life. Remember, the best things in life are free. Please appreciate them. That's our parting shot. And I think I would want now to open the crowd for a Q&A. And thank you so much for that opportunity. That's our website. You can look out for us. And that's our contact. I'm here with my colleague, Catherine. That's our contact. You can reach out to us. I think I would want to take this session back to the moderator. But even as I go off, I would want to extend the special offer to everybody maybe who attended or who would want to engage with us in future at an individual level or at a corporate level. Those who would want to consume our books. Each of our books, especially the adult one, comes with 2 free personalized money coaching sessions or entrepreneurship development, depending with what you are looking at. And for the corporate who are represented, courtesy of Inuka, who are our hosts, will be available to offer 2 complimentary staff finance wellness training at a corporate level. Thank you so much. Back to you, Karima.
Thank you so much, Elizabeth. And I know people have questions. People are still scratching their heads, like, do I have a good relationship with money? Where do I need to start? How do I need to start? Do I need to start with money or no money? What is my personality trait when it comes to money? So I know we have 1,001 questions. So colleagues, friends, and families, our civic actors, this opportunity, maybe we won't be able to maybe address all issues, matters, financial wellness. But as Elizabeth has said, we are on our social media. We have our numbers, we have our emails, where we've shared. Elizabeth has shared where you can also reach them. You can reach to them with all those questions, trainings, just awareness, seeking clarity. So let's not close ourselves. So allow me to invite anyone who has a question, point of clarification, a suggestion. Please, this is your time. If you just maybe raise your hand, I'll be able to see, or Joanne, and you can unmute and ask your question, or if it's a suggestion, whatever you have, please, this is your time. Go ahead. Or maybe you can use a chat box. We can read from there too. I think there's someone who had said the best thing to start saving, and the best thing is to start saving. And you either buy a plot and you build for commercial purposes. This will be a long asset management. Maybe just Elizabeth will throw a comment around that, and then those are our social media platforms. And then Martin, thank you so much, Salim and Elizabeth. I have to log out in for another meeting. Thank you, Martin. So please, if you have any question, this is your chance.
Please, may I speak?
Sure, Jackie.
Thank you. Apologies that I came in late and you might have addressed what I wanted to ask or maybe just comment about personality traits, or what comes out of you when you're managing, when you're handling money or lack of it. And is there some wisdom in managing family or family resources together? When you have many family members and you're supposed to do a joint project, and there are some who contribute, others don't contribute. I know that I don't know how related it is, but for me, it's really a pertinent thing because it influences how you relate with those people. So can that be a personality trait because of finances? Or is it that you're a prudent one is a prudent person and others are different, and so you clash? And so now, would that influence your personality in any which way? And can you confine yourself to a personality trait when dealing with finances? Thank you. I've asked a very long question. I don't know what I'm asking, but I'm asking something about money and personality traits and what comes out of you when you're handling resources to do with different people.
Thank you for that. I think I tried to follow. And before I talk about the family finance management with the different personalities, that's a full conversation. I would request my colleague Catherine to briefly address that question for that person who is asking, what is the best thing to start saving? You either buy a plot or you build for commercial purposes. This will be a long asset management. I think, Catherine, I hope you can hear me. Please comment briefly about that before I talk about the personalities.
Thank you, Elizabeth, and good evening, everybody. For that question, it is important that I know, Elizabeth, you had addressed in one of the slides that your money needs to make money for you. So, and it's also important to understand yourself, to understand what you need to invest in. There are some people buying plots works for them. There are some people it is not for them. So even you as an individual, you need to understand that. So where are you able to do? There are some people, the money, I would say the stock exchange works very well for them. They have tried buying, would say property, real estate, it doesn't work. So for you is to understand what it is you want to do, and also what are you building towards? Because I know Elizabeth talked about goals. What are your goals? You know, goals, whether you have, as long as you're living, you're alive, you need to have a goal. What are your goals? And whatever goal it is, I want to live a good life. It requires money. I want to probably do something, maybe train others. You'll need resources to do whatever you need to do. So what goals do you have? You need to be very clear on that to understand how to also put money away. But money has to work for you. You cannot just be working for the money and you sit back down and one day and realize, oh, things went wrong. And I know, Elizabeth, we've gone back to the Bible where there was three people are given different talents, but the person who dug a hole and put the talent underneath and buried it, they were called lazy because nothing happened, and they were asked, you should have put it in the bank where interest would have incurred and accrued, which did not happen. So your money has to work for you. Back to you, Elizabeth.
Thank you. Thank you for that, and even for tying it to the goals. And many people, as we are taking investment, saving investment or buying and building, we are not interrogating, and that's why we brought about the issue of personal finance self-awareness. We are not interrogating why, the why question. What is this for? How does this fit in my goals? Many people are either driven by maybe fear, unaware, we may be driven by greed, and we thought that is something that does not drive us until the pyramids came to Kenya, and we realized many people are driven by that not very positive emotion when dealing with their money. So please let us tie our savings, investment, our whatever things we do, as Catherine has said, to our goals. Let it be in line, and that's why actually you need the services of financial advisor, a money coach that you can sit down with and have a brainstorming session, you know, for you to see what is fitting where. Very, very important. The family finances. And the different money personality types, it's very, very unlikely that you'll be married to someone, or you marry someone whose money personalities tally, because they were brought up from a very different background from yourself, and how they are, the conversations that happened around money in their childhood, how it how it shaped them is different from how your conversation in your background shaped you. And even I and my own sister, same father, same mother, same background, same home, same everything. We may have different money personalities because our responses around money or the conversations at home, they shaped us differently. So if I and my sister or my brother, can have very different and conflicting money personalities. What about you and your spouse? It can be a full different conversation. And that's why we are bringing up the point of financial awareness. Money personality, please be aware. Can we even have that conversation with our spouses? Can we even have a money personality so that I know myself as a holder? And I should have told you that I've got two. Personally, I've got two distinct money personality types. Number one, and the most dominant, is that I'm a calculative bagger, either because I'm a finance person. I have done a bit of finance, so I'm aware of a few things here and there. But the other one that is trailing is that I'm a hoarder. Okay. When I realized that, it was like, oh my, this is different. But I know now, looking back, I know where that came from. I looked at how I was brought up, how I grew up, and I knew where the holder came from. And now I'm aware. And when I became of age and I wanted to be married, I got married to somebody who I came to know much later that he had purely a spender money personality. His dominant money personality is a spender. Let me tell you, to reconcile that conversation between these two people with different money personalities is a full conversation. But you will require to do it from a point of awareness, because it's nothing you did or you did not do. It is not anything. Your work is to be aware that it is the holder in me who is speaking, or it is the spender in me. Let me tell you, by that even combination, for example, myself, as I've said, that combination of a holder, calculative bagger, and a spender, it may bring fireworks as we are sitting in the dining table, talk about money. But if there's any growth that has been achieved in that family around personal finances, is because of the orientation of the spender. They don't fear risks, so you find that there's a positive and there could be a negative. But when you're working from the point of awareness, you are able to control. You're able to tell them, just remember it is the spender in you who is speaking or who is taking this action. Okay? So you may not have control over the other person. You only have control of yourself. But awareness, the foundation of change, is in self-awareness. We are creating this awareness so that you know, I'm an avoider. That is why when I look back, I see I've not grown around personal finances, around investment. But it's because of the avoider who is seated in me. People are agree with their friends or their siblings because they led them into certain investment options and then they crashed. But the people who got into those investment options led by others, and they say I was misled by so and so. Did they even know that maybe they have a wrong money personality? And become aware and be careful, before you are told we are going this direction and you go running that direction, can you please consult a financial advisor or a money coach or seek for more information before investing into something? Actually, one of the rule of thumb, and one day you call us, we talk about investment, or the 2 sessions you can choose to do, the 2 group sessions that we are offering, you can choose to talk about investment. We always advocate the rule of thumb with investment is that you don't invest into something that you don't fully understand. If you don't understand it, please leave it. Okay? Until you understand all the details, all the nitty-gritties, all the to-dos and the don'ts. But many of us, many of the, especially in Kenya, I don't know other countries who are represented here, we look at the returns. When we are doing mathematics, and I get that questions a lot, even on social media, random questions, even from wherever, how much return is that investment option we are talking about? How much is that endowment? How much is that plot of land? How much is that pyramid scheme or whatever? You know, that time we don't call them pyramid scheme. We give them shiny names, yet we don't know they are just shiny objects. We are driven by returns. Return is the sole determinant of people taking an investment option. And that has messed many people. So please, it's a huge conversation, but from a point of awareness, you are able to maneuver without so much damage. I hope I've answered in so many words. I did not get to hear who asked that question. I don't know whether there's any other.
It was Jacqueline Mutere. Jacqueline, I don't know if you felt adequately responded to, and I know this conversation sometimes can get, I think, personal and confusing. So I don't know if you feel that question has been answered, Jacqueline Mutere.
Thank you so much. In fact, it has. I think let me just recommend Salma that you give us yet another session again on investment. She just triggered something and said getting into business because of the ends. But there can be other things that can trigger you to go into investment. It can be just the personal touch. For example, if allow me to share, colleagues, I went into beekeeping because, first of all, they occur naturally in our roof, in our house, in our home for over close to 50 years. We tried removing them, killing them, doing everything. They refused. And then now my sister started discovering how to make lotions and beauty products. And we said, hey, why don't we take advantage of these things that are living in the roof? We live together. And so that's how it started. But I'm telling you now, you're hearing me talking about how the roof, the wind blew the kifuniko of the beehives. What are they called? Caretakers in the home ran away when one bee stung him. He was not wearing the gear. So many things. And so I'm appreciating what Elizabeth is sharing about not getting into business before you know it fully. I mean, I appreciate Salma, and please, I'm encouraging you to give us the next session again. Thank you so much.
Oh my God, you made my evening, Jacqueline, because it's also reminded me when the coil business came. We didn't understand the business, but all of us went investing in the coil business. So I think it's the same concept. So I feel you, and thank you for making me just so laugh this evening, just remembering all the things that we've done. The pyramid scheme because your sister started or your friend started, and you're like, you start looking at, if you bring 10 people under you, by the time you know it all has come. So yeah, I feel you totally, because also I've gone through that. Someone else maybe with a question. Yeah, Naomi, I've seen, that answer has been insightful. Thanks. Yeah, Elizabeth. Thanks, Salima. You're welcome. Naomi, thank you also for joining. Thank you, everyone, for joining. And I want to encourage us, because Elizabeth has said she can give us 2 more free sessions. Trust me, colleagues, these things, if we were to go out and pay for, they could be very expensive for us. And we know our civic actors, we know I don't want to use the word hustler, but it is really hard to even pay for a personal coach, and specifically money coach, just to tell us what we need to do with our little resources that we get here and there. So I want us to take advantage of these 2 sessions that Elizabeth and her colleagues have offered to us as civic actors, just to keep learning about the relationship we have with money. And remember the seed principle, tusikule mahindi yote tumalize, but angalau we throw some somewhere, so that in few years we are also civic actors who are able to have some things, because again there's this narrative about sisi civic actors hatufai kuwa na pesa. So we're just also demystifying a lot of things around our relationship with money. If there's no other question, you're welcome. Yeah, if there's no other question, colleagues, friends and family, thank you so much for having time just to join and be with us and stay with us, actually, because it's been 2 hours of conversations around money. For the people who've registered, Joanne, our colleague here at Inuka, shall share the recording so that we keep interrogating. And maybe even on the emails, we could ask when can we have the other session, just to deepen this conversation. And above all, I mean, people maybe will be wondering, where are we doing financial wellness? You know, well-being has domains. So we are trying to do is just to unpackage each domain, because it has mostly, most of us will know just the mental, but it has different domains, and we're trying to unpackage one by one for us so that we understand, because we are also bidding holistic people. The civic actors, we want us to be whole and just to have a balanced life when we talk about the social domain, the financial domain, the mental domain, so that you get to understand all that encompasses the well-being circle. So we're just trying to package pole for all of us. So our next session around April shall be on the intellectual wellness. And, you know, again, you should not scare us. Hey, me, I'm not a writer. I'm not a scholar. No, we are getting people who will speak to us in a language and in a way, in a mode that we'll understand these things and we relate. And so we also remove fears around easy mambos, these are wellness. So to understand, so that we all have a common understanding when we talk about well-being. Please follow us still on our social media handles, where we share a lot of information. Our emails are out there. I think John has shared our official email address. You can write to us and even tell us which other topics you think will be of benefit to us. We understand our context. So please write to us so that we keep improving this program, not only for Inuka, but just for all of us, because we heal in a community. So if there's no other thing, please allow us just to end this session and just to tell you have a blessed evening, and please just take care of yourself and your well-being. It's supposed to be active. So God bless all of you. Asanteni sana.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Salma and colleagues.